Huh? Look at this. Yeah. Guess the fairy community appreciated me standing up for them a couple vlogs back. Glad to know I'm appreciated. So anyway, I never thought I would say this, but my therapist says Sigmund thought it would be a good exercise for me to examine my past mistakes. I'm not talking about like paying too much for an apartment, but more things I've done to other people that are less than altruistic. He thinks it'll be easy for me to get over things that I feel bitter about if I re-examine the things that I've done to other people that I regret. I guess it's kind of like an empathy thing. Seems a little new agey for him, but you know, he's been hanging out with the past Dalai Lamas recently, so. Anyway, there have been times when, on occasion, I've used my talents in ways that were not up to code. The Apollo incident comes to mind. Some of you out there might have heard about this. You know, this was during my rebellious teen centuries. Apollo had just finished killing a python that was terrorizing the mortals down on the plains, and I happened to wander into his armory. And I was admiring one of his bows. It was just this really beautiful Orange Osage bow with a pearl and gold handle. It was really spectacular. Apollo comes in and he sees me checking out the bow, you know, feeling the heft and pulling back to see the weight on the string. And he saunters up to me, you know, he puffs out his chest, he practically flexes his pecs right at me, and he says, "Hey, kid, you know, it's not a love bow. That's a man's bow, you know, the kind of bow that kills things." I know Apollo is, among other things, an archery god. He's the god of a lot of things, and he never lets you forget about it. And, you know, you can make fun of the wings and the baby fat and the diapers, but you do not, repeat, not make fun of my skills as an archer. So I made Apollo fall in love with this really hot nymph named Daphne. Only, I hit her with one of my lead arrows, so yeah, she was pretty much disgusted by him. And the more he chased after her, the more terrified she was of him. Finally, she screams out to her father Peneus to rescue her, and so he obliges by turning her into a laurel tree, which explains Apollo's obsession with that particular brand of perennial. A while back, Eros told me that when Apollo gets drunk, he still wanders over to her and tries to make out with her trunk. Yeah, it probably wasn't the nicest thing I've ever done. And, I don't really care about Apollo, you know, he's kind of a tool, but as Daphne, I feel bad for her. She didn't know what was going on, she didn't need to be in the middle of this. And there's probably a soulmate out there for her somewhere. I should probably talk to Peneus about changing her back. You know, not all of my off-duty matches have been for selfish reasons. Yeah, I get a lot of shit from a lot of gods about the whole John and Yoko thing. I'm telling you, I think the band would have broken up regardless, even if I hadn't gotten involved. And you know, it seemed unfair. We had already tagged Linda and Paul, so you know, it seemed mean not to give John a soulmate too. And they were happy. I get it. I'm not perfect. And I guess if I feel I'm worthy of forgiveness from Daphne or Apollo or music fans, then I need to forgive others as well and re-examine their point of view. Unless you live with a dermatologist, in which case I still refuse to acknowledge your existence, and I hope that Ekchwa, god of chocolate himself, keeps your appetite for cocoa so steady that it keeps your new love busy. Okay, catch you guys later.